I think that the top 3 contenders for the spooky pet are...
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Hit, top notch, people want such pet for so long. Boost critical hit. Let's talk about boosting critical hit. What good would boosting critical hit do? If I wanted to boost critical hits, am I boosting the damage of critical hits? Am I boosting the chance of critical hits? Am I reducing the enemy's main stat so that I can critical hit more? You know what I mean? There is such a thing as diminishing returns. Are we doing like bonus energy on critical hits? Critical hit tactics rely on either Sebastian occasionally giving people a 50% crit or actual crit heroes. Vampirism pet, boost critical hit, Ishmael, Yasmin. So Yasmin almost has 100% critical hit when she ults. Very close, very close. Above 80% against certain heroes, and against other heroes she has above 90%. Same about dodge, by the way, Yasmin. Are you saying that you wanna have it be less random? I think people would be disappointed with it. I think that it is good to have something that boosts critical hit. I just think people would be disappointed with its consistency. Right? I don't think it would be a very consistent pet. Because, you know, if it boosted critical hit rate, like let's take a look at the pet Kane, because it's a similar function, right? Similar function. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Back out of there. Boom, boom. So Kane boosts dodge, right? Has a physical attack that builds up based on successful dodges. Green ability increases dodge chance by a number. Currently, I'm increasing the dodge chance by 25%. No, I'm sorry. By 2,240, the entire team is getting that little bit of dodge, no big deal. 2,240 is not much, and I'll tell you why in just a second. And then this right here, the specific patron ability gains energy with each successful dodge. Do we gain health with each successful critical hit? Critical hit damage boost would really be welcome. Someone like Daredevil would benefit it greatly. Okay. Spooky pet is bat and gives about 10% vampirism to all heroes. That'd be interesting. A little bonus healing. Okay. I think we already have enough heroes that are doing that. Like, I'm sorry, enough pets. So if we did a critical hit pet, maybe we would give the owner a little bit of health on critical hit. Maybe I think the point that I'm trying to make is just doing bonus critical hit chance like as the main function. That would be boring. I think if it's the green skill, I think it would be okay. If it passively gave the entire team a little bit of critical hit, it would make the whole team, like Sebastian teams, it would make the whole team a little bit weaker to Helios, right? But you really don't bring Helios just to counter a team, you know, that has Sebastian, that happens to have Sebastian. You bring Helios to counter, you know, critical hit teams. Like dedicated critical hit teams, Yasmin teams, you know, specifically. You'd probably have to do something fun with it. Like every time your team did a successful critical hit, the spooky pet would add a charge, and when you use the stacked charge, you would do that much pure damage, right? You wouldn't do magic damage because critical hits are physical attacks, right? Maybe it would either be physical damage that it would do or pure damage. So let's say if it's exactly like Kane, but for critical hits, every time your team did a critical hit, it would add a charge, stacking up to 20, and then you can unleash the skill, use the ultimate, and for every charge on there, you did a little bit of pure damage to nearest enemy. And green ability gives a little bit of critical hit chance, maybe like 2,240 critical hit chance, since the formula for critical hit is the same as the formula for dodge. Yeah. And then the patronage skill for the specific hero that you put this critical hit pet on. And by the way, what would you do? Would you want to use the critical hit spooky bat instead of Kane or Albus on Yasmin? Would you want to use the pet instead of Fenris or Albus on Zhu or Ishmael? Could you put this critical hit pet on non-critical hit heroes, or is it only heroes that have critical hit out of the box, right? Only Ishmael, Yasmin, Zhu, Daredevil, etc. I'm not saying that none of these things are happening. I'm just thinking that it's interesting. It's interesting to talk about. A crit pet would make Jet pointless. Yeah, Scott, but I mean, there's a lot of pets that already do that. There's a lot of pets that already make certain heroes kind of pointless. Like the idea of Chorus is he kind of makes it so you don't have to use Sebastian, right? It isn't a direct replacement to Sebastian, obviously, but Chorus is definitely helpful. It's a trade-off, right? You can't put Sebastian in every team, and if you put Chorus in instead of Axel or Oliver or whatever, your team is way more susceptible to spiky damage or what have you. For a hero with no dodge, 2200 dodge is going to be the dodge 1/9 of the time or so against a highly leveled attacker. 1 out of 9 is not a ton, but it could be helpful. A spooky pet could be a spider and poisons some enemy heroes and hinders healing just like one of Yasmin's skills. Okay, so I think that the top 3 contenders for the spooky pet are a critical hit pet, because that's what everybody wants. I don't think that it is, but I think that's what everybody wants. A vampirism style pet, which I think is a defensive-ish pet, and I think we already have too many of those. Or it could be a healing blocking pet. I find that very interesting. Biscuit already does healing blocking though, right, OBS? Biscuit already does kind of block healing. So I don't know if that'd be the case either. So, well, we have 3 cool ideas here. I don't know that either of those 3 are going to be it. I'd love to patron a crit pet on Yasmin or Ju. Okay, crit pet just gives more demand for Helios and Corvus. I think Helios and Corvus are necessary anyway. Jacob, I bet you Cascade is the Winterfest hero. I bet you Cascade is Winterfest. Well, it could be not. It could be a new hero for Facebook and web, actually. And we'd get Cascade next year. Spooky Pet is a ghost that scares heroes to the back line. Ooh, a position adjusting here, pet. Interesting. Energy Leech pet? Energy leeching. All very cool ideas. Just give me Remy. Give me Remy with a sheet on her head. With the holes cut out. Just cuddles you to death. Snores. Chews on her paws so you can't sleep. Increased energy pet is needed. We already have an increased energy pet. A pet that runs scripts for whales. Hey now. Hey now.